The Eastern Front of World War II was a brutal theater of war, witnessing clashes of unprecedented scale. By 1943, the tide had turned against Nazi Germany. The defeat at Stalingrad shattered the myth of German invincibility, and the Red Army gained momentum. Hitler saw a bulge in the Soviet lines around Kursk as an opportunity to strike a decisive blow. The Kursk salient represented a major Soviet advance into German-held territory. The operation, codenamed Citadel, was planned as a quick, decisive victory. The German plan involved a two-pronged attack to encircle and annihilate the Soviet forces. The Germans assembled a formidable force, including their latest tanks, the Panther and the Tiger. Operation Citadel was Germany's last major offensive on the Eastern Front. Hitler believed a victory at Kursk could turn the tide of the war. The delay in launching the offensive gave the Soviets time to prepare their defenses. The Soviet command transformed the Kursk salient into a formidable fortress. They constructed multiple defensive lines, minefields, and artillery positions. The Soviets adopted a more flexible defensive strategy, emphasizing defense in depth and counterattacks. The delay in launching the attack allowed the Soviets to prepare, negating the element of surprise. The Battle of Kursk commenced on July 5, 1943, escalating into one of the largest tank battles in history. The German offensive in the north made little progress against the Soviet defenses. The southern attack achieved some initial success, spearheaded by the Panther tanks. The fighting was ferocious and unrelenting. Both sides suffered heavy casualties as tanks clashed on the open steppes. The Battle of Prokhorovka on July 12 became a symbol of the battle's intensity. The Soviet defenses held firm, absorbing the German attacks and inflicting heavy losses. The Red Army's T-34 tanks, while less advanced, proved formidable in their sheer numbers. The German offensive at Kursk ultimately failed to achieve its objectives. Strong Soviet defenses and the loss of surprise proved too much for the Wehrmacht. By mid-July, the German advance had stalled, and Hitler called off the offensive. The failure at Kursk marked a decisive turning point in the war on the Eastern Front. The initiative shifted to the Soviets, who launched counteroffensives pushing the Germans westward. The myth of German invincibility was shattered, and the Red Army emerged dominant. The losses suffered by the Wehrmacht at Kursk were significant, both in men and material. The battle exposed the limitations of German tactical and strategic thinking. The Battle of Kursk is widely considered a decisive turning point in World War II. It marked the end of major German offensive operations on the Eastern Front. The battle demonstrated the growing strength of the Red Army and the decline of the Wehrmacht. Kursk also had significant implications for the broader Allied war effort. By tying down German troops on the Eastern Front, the Soviets relieved pressure on the Western Allies. The battle's impact on military doctrine and tactics was profound, highlighting the importance of defense in depth and combined arms warfare. The Battle of Kursk remains a testament to the courage and resilience of the Soviet people.